It's Saturday afternoon. We had enough sunshine this morning that we got the batteries at both the house and the shed fully charged, so we're okay for electricity. But just after 20 past 1 this morning, there was a 4.9 earthquake, or earth tremor. So I was awake at the time anyway, but Jubaedah woke up and says, "Is that an earthquake?" I said, "Yeah." So the standard reaction around here is people want to immediately bail out of the house and go and stand outside. And I'm inclined to think, well, okay, by the time you got out there it's probably finished, and how do you know when it's safe to go back inside? So I just thought, well, it wasn't a big one. We'll see if there's any more activity before heading to the outside. And there wasn't. So it's all good. But that's the standing question I have is, if you go outside because it's an earthquake, how do you know when it's safe to go back inside? How do you know when it's all over? And I don't think there's an answer for that. So if it's starting to get a bit rough, you say, okay, well, I'll head to the outside or find the strongest part of the house to stand in. And I think just outside our bedroom door would be the strongest place, because there's junction of several walls there. So that'd be pretty strong. But yeah, more rain. Yes, it's wet season. It's coming down pretty well.
I've been looking at this slippery green slime out here, and I reckon I can do something about this. Make a choice of pressure washers. There's the Karcher that came from Melbourne, and when that wasn't adequate for cleaning off this thing, we bought a Bosch, which is a bit more potent. So I'll see how I go with the Karcher, because it's got a paver cleaning attachment over here that I'll dig out. Right, it was a dead loss. The spinning bit in the bottom of that head doesn't spin, so that didn't do very much. The other jets, I think they must be just scaled up or clogged by the local water from use. And this one, there's a split in here, so it loses half the water out the bottom of that. So I'm going to have to see if I can find another one of these purchasable as a separate part online, because that's too good a unit just to junk because of one failed component. But I'm hot and sweaty. So you can see it can remove the stuff, but you'd be at it forever. So I need to have the equipment working properly. Well, it's Sunday, as you can see. It's rained already today. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the genset did a maintenance run, so I need to go over and see if it's actually completed properly or done a fault stop. Got another one of our Crotok visitors sitting in a nice damp patch around here at the tanks. Just need to undo this lock now. Well, that's good news. The genset did a normal stop after half an hour of maintenance run rather than a fault stop, so that means it'll start again automatically next time it needs to. That's good. Still got plenty of diesel, so I don't have to worry about that just as well, because my drums inside are empty. The other thing that's happened is my replacement UVC ballasts have come in. So that top one I've just pulled off the sterilizer. I'll put that back in its box over here and go and fit one of these in a permanent manner. Okay, so the new ballast is mounted in place and connected to the sterilizer. Now what I need to do is come down and modify this cord so it comes up in here, connects where this one is currently. And I want to use a terminal block in there so that I don't have to trace these wires back to where they're actually connected next time. So course, the one thing I've forgotten to bring was a screwdriver to fit these. So I need to go back and get that shortly. But it's interesting, I noticed in here that there's ingress of water through that screw hole. So we're getting, so that's where it's coming in. At least it's coming at the bottom, not at the top, so that's good. But I might just include a bit of a notch in, or a hole in here so that it can drain out more freely. You can see on the bottom of the cover here where it's been dribbling out. Having broken the others, I got my good ones. Now I've had these since 1977. If they fail on me and break, I'll be very, very unhappy to the point of tears. And you'll note that not even rust on them, which is remarkable for something that's come to back on everything rusts. Well, I'm halfway there. I just need to cut the end off this, shove it up through that hole, strip the wires back so I can put them in those 3 terminals, and then I'll be done. Okay, in an ideal world that black cord would have pushed up through that hole so I could put cable ties on it as strain relief, but no matter of tapering the end or whatever I tried, I couldn't get it through, so we'll go as we are. Now all I got to do is go and turn on the breaker on the switchboard for this and see what lights up. I'll have to set the time on my weather station again. I probably should just leave the batteries in that so it doesn't lose power when I turn off a breaker. There we go, all tidied up. I can now clean up the scraps I've dropped on the ground, like bits of wire and bits of cable tie and so forth. Lock up and head back home. It's the 24th of December and today we passed the 4.5 metres of rain for the year mark, and the rice continues to grow along with the mosquitoes amongst it. And what I've come over to the shed for is this thing. It ran for a while, quite a while, and then came up with that oil warning light again. I've got a email inquiry in with the manufacturers of this saying, please may I have the part numbers for the oil and the fuel filter, and didn't get a response, so I've tried emailing again. If I don't get a response next time, I shall see if I can get Azra to give him a phone call, because I really want to do an oil change on this thing now. Silly me. When I look close enough at the fuel filter and oil filter housings, they actually had a part number on them. So I shall inquire about getting some of those shipped to here. Meantime, since I'm over here babying the thing running, I've had to restart it twice already, thought I might as well do a bit of draining of the service pit. While I'm at it, I might even put the battery charger on the skid steer. I thought I'd best not add to the trip hazards, so I've routed my jumper cables above head height for most around here. It'll still come in at eye level for me, but that's okay. Being at eye level, I will see it and I will duck. So that's currently charging. When I put it on there initially without turning on the power point, it said the battery still had 12 volts, so the battery's not stuffed, I think. So I'll leave that on there. It's charging at 10 amps, okay. Current adjust, so I got a 5 amp. Actually, it doesn't say it's 5 amps, it's 5 out of 10, so if I leave it at that. Okay, so that corresponds to 10 amps. So it says it's a 20 amp charger, the numbers go up to 10, so that would correspond to 10 amps. So, okay, that's fair. So I'll leave it at that for a while. Well, I've been sitting here doing a bit of cleanup on the PC, getting Firefox working again, getting Office working again, and meantime the genset's been running, and it's got, the house is up to 82% and the shed is up to 75% state of charge.
So I've put the genset back on auto, and I think we're okay. It's a bit of a dull day, and disregard what it says on the weather station. It says 41 millimetres. No, it's more like 14 millimetres today. I don't know why this weather station says that, but I think I go and shut off this thing and pack it up, and then wander back to the house and rehydrate, because even though it's not really hot here, like it's 28 degrees inside here and 80% humidity and 24 degrees and 99% humidity outside, but I'm still feeling a bit dehydrated, so I better go and deal with that. It's Christmas Day, but that doesn't make much in a Muslim area, so these guys are hard at work refurbishing this roof. I gather there's going to be more work done because there's metal work here in addition to the timber. So hopefully we don't get too much more rain, because I think we've already had something like 18 millimetres today, and it's only going 9 o'clock. So yeah, and it's Matty Lampu at the moment. That is, electricity is off. So my genset might get a run shortly, because we didn't end up with a lot of charge yesterday at the end of the day, so the house got down to the 25% at about 7:30 this morning, and the shed sort of was not terribly high, so by the time the house was running back up for the other houses and got down to 25% itself and started charging up, it pulled the shed down to 28% before the house got up to the 40% where it stops importing. So I thought the genset was going to do a start, but it currently is looking okay. It's overcast, but it's bright enough that we're actually getting more electricity in overall than we are using, even with the Matty Lampu situation. And that's because I had my air conditioning off in the lounge room, and eventually I had to cave in and put it back on again because I was melting down. But yeah, so the whole crew here hard at work. The usual thing around here is you have a big team who come for the free food and do a bit of work. Making good progress on dismantling this roof. And you'll see it's lots and lots of bamboo in there. This is a good readily available material. I wonder what the new roof will be. It's been a while since I've been down to the rice factory. I see we have veggie gardens planted along either side, which is good. This is the view from the northwest of that roof coming down. And from the fact that there is a lot of gravel and sand around, it looks like there's going to be a lot of concrete mixed. Sadly, if the compact truck loader was working, we could actually use that concrete mixer, but oh well. So, judging by the amount of material for mixing concrete, it kind of seems like there might be extensions as well as roof renovation on this building. The green slime there almost got me. I felt a foot slip under me, but fortunately I recovered. I kind of think wet season might not have been the most opportune time to do this, but it probably depends on availability of workers and finance.
So this would be foundation rock for new foundation strips somewhere. So yes, I think the house is going to be extended. I've learned that the plan is to not replace the tiles on their roof, but to use what they refer to as asbestos sheet. Like Lizu's house here. I sure hope that has no asbestos in it. That would be very disturbing. Oh, the truck's gone. Azra's gone to Panabang to get more diesel for me. The roof's off, and where there was previously the woven bamboo sheet walls, apparently that's where they're going to get solid walls. So that's why we've got some ring beam reinforcement boxes. I don't think they're going to do a steel frame roof because that's a bit expensive for these people, but they'll endeavour to make it a bit more robust than it was. And apparently some of this rock and sand is Nando's, so I don't know what he's going to do to his house here. This big one here, this is Nando's. It was actually his mother Desi's, but she's in Australia and not likely to come back here again. Does need a bit of maintenance up in that corner, I'm sure. There's that plant growing up there, can't be good for the wood underlying it. So, yeah. And the mother of Jubaedah and Desi and Titin and Santa and Samina and Yaya, she was called Bok, and she used to live in the back room in Desi's house here, and then built this add-on and lived in that for her final years. That's the 26th. We had more rain last night, so it took us up to 25.7 millimetres for yesterday. There's been another 19 millimetres this morning, so it could get rained on here. But yeah, this is a bit more comprehensive renovation than I was anticipating. And it's yeah. So you begin to see why we need all the reinforcement. And Azra's got 5 drums of, well, I imagine it's 5 drums of diesel, but 2 of those on the left to be mine and one of the blue ones. So I imagine I'll take them to the shed sooner or later. Probably doesn't want to go down that road at the moment with the stuff from the house in the way. That's fair enough. I bet the angle grinder starts up any second. There we go. Yeah, so starting to get form work up for the columns. Over there you see the back of Azra's truck with no drums of diesel in it. He took 2 of them out for local use there and brought 3 of them across to the shed earlier today. And it's been overcast like this all day, but there was enough solar input that both house and shed got fully charged. So it'll be good for tonight, even though Jubaedah is actually running clothes dryer at the moment, which is a fairly high load. But we're a good bit. It's Friday 27th, so construction of walls from concrete blocks is progressing. It's probably quicker and more efficient than buying bricks, the little red ones. But yeah, I wonder how long this is going to take overall. And I can hear the rice factories running the window by the sound of it. And there's some prospect of having a go at cleaning this up, because yesterday the lance for the pressure washer came in,
So I'm going to wrap up today's video, but next week's video should show big progress on that if things go according to plan.